2011 marked the third edition of the Hammer cyclocross race, organized by Ride with Rendell. And this year the event was also the Ontario Provincial Championships. In the elite men's race, 2010 winner Derrick St. of Stevens Racing, powered by the Cyclery, was back to defend his title, but he was up against some stiff competition in recently crowned U23 national champion Evan McNeely of EMD Serono Specialized. McNeely wasted no time at the start, hitting the front early and forcing the pace. Four riders soon opened up a gap: McNeely, Jared Stafford of Ride with Rendell, Osmond Becker of Jet Fuel, and, just hanging on, St. John. Becker soon fell off the pace and St. John clawed his way back into contention, leaving a front group of three. Despite repeated attacks, none of the three leaders was able to shake the others, until disaster struck. McNeely and Stafford had been bunny hopping the barriers for most of the race up to that point, but a mistake by Stafford nearly handed the race to St. John. McNeely explains.
It was such a fast course that if you just have a little bit of a dab, a big gap can actually open. And so it was constantly people just catching back on, and you never actually knew when somebody was going to actually stay off. Me and Jared were both riding the barriers. Jared, this is actually his first time he's ever done it. So he went in, I went into the barriers behind him, and he crashed. I got it on video. So, and then Derek got away, but I was able to stay on my bike and just kind of crawl over the last barrier and try to catch up, and I was able to get back on by the end of the lap. And Jared, who I guess had to get up and dust himself off, he eventually caught back on too, but a little bit later on.
Once the lead group came back together, the attacks started again, with McNeely taking the initiative.
Going in the last couple laps, I knew that if I led, it would be pretty easy to defend the lead, and then if I came into the final straight, I could hopefully stay out front in the sprint. So I wanted to just go to the front, make sure nobody was passing me, and mostly just played defensive. I think we got Derek off a little bit at the end, but Jared was still right on me, but I was able to hold it.
So we were left with a final podium of McNeely, followed by Stafford and St. John. And for McNeely, this marks the end of his 2011 season. I'm
just going to focus on resting up for next year, and next year I want to go to Mountain Bike Worlds and Cyclocross Worlds in Louisville next year. So, but for now, I'm just going to chill.
For the cyclery.ca, I'm Kris Westwood.